Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? JB here. Man, it's a beautiful day today. Oh my gosh. Wow. I haven't seen the sun in a couple of days. It's really nice to sit out in the sun. Probably got another hour and a half or so of sun. But man, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's really beautiful, man. Couldn't ask for better weather today in Germany. But today I want to talk about the subject of choosing a pipe maker or artisan pipe maker. As I said, I ordered a pipe, and it took a while. So I wanted to come up with like a list of things to look for, from my experience. I've only ordered one pipe in my life from somebody, but just a kind of a thing that I think next time I would do to choose a pipe maker. I don't have a list or anything, so these are going to be kind of the top of my head of what I've thought about. First thing is, if they have a social media, I guess you would see them on the social media first. Look around. And look at their pipes and everything else, and maybe even go on there, if somebody's tagged them in their Instagram or anything like that. If you can get a hold of any of their customers, and ask them their experiences they've had with them, just go around and ask people how they work. Are they nice, or are they a little bit of difficult to deal with, or how long did it take for you to get your pipe? How was the craftsmanship of the pipe? Were you satisfied? Stuff in that general area of, get around the community and ask around. Hey, have you heard of this pipe maker? And have you bought a pipe from them? And how was the experience? And and when you do that, get a hold of the pipe maker, get to know them, not personally or anything, but get to know how they are, feel them out, just get a general feel of how the person is, and ask them how much the pipe is for a certain type or certain shape, or what you want. Now, given, you might have one vision in your head and they're going to have another vision in their head. You're never going to be really on the same page of what you have in your head and what the pipe maker has in their head. But I guess you can come to a common ground there, or whatever. Is it going to be 100% what you want? No. It doesn't work that way unless you just have your basic shapes, from 7LE, or your big name companies, that just pump out the same shapes, and if they have a long waiting list. For example, I had to wait 2 years, but there was a lot of complications in between that time. That's pretty long to wait for a pipe. But yeah, I would think, if a pipe maker is in high demand, they should be able to, give you some kind of window. Unless they're a part-time pipe maker or a full-time pipe maker, I guess that makes a difference too. And things come up in people's lives too. I'm not making excuses, I'm just saying in general, that see if they got a waiting list, how long it is. If it's a year, if you can wait a year, okay. If you don't want to wait a year, then don't do it. Find somebody else. If they say in a couple months, you know, try to keep them honest with that. Like, hey, I'm gonna pay you this money or whatever. I like to have it in that time. But like I said, things come up. Okay, it's a pipe. Okay, it's not life or death here for you to get your pipe or whatever on a certain time, unless it's just you really have to. But ask them how much it is. Ask them if they want a deposit, half the money down, or some kind of deposit, which is $20, $50 or whatever it is. And then ask them to give you, when they're, ready to do your pipe, ask them, hey, can you give me pictures, or let me know what you're doing, or what stage you're in, or can you send me a video of how you're working, or something like that. Ask them these things, and some pipe makers might not like that. Some pipe makers might not mind. Like I said, you got to have the relationship with the pipe maker. If you want to, get a bit more personal with the pipe maker, okay, about your family life or whatever. If you just want to keep it strictly business, because I think, if you start getting too close to a pipe maker and something is wrong, okay, or something happens, then that kind of, you're in a different territory. There's business and friendship, and those things can get kind of, difficult, okay? So watch out for that, because, there might be something wrong with the pipe or something. You don't want to hurt the guy's feelings, because, you get to know them, you get to know families and stuff like this, or whatever's going on. I'm a pretty nice guy, so, I like to get to know the person, get to know who I'm dealing with, and yeah, in a way that kind of, I shoot myself in the foot, so to say, because then I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I don't want to hurt the pipe maker's feelings, because they put a lot of effort into it and everything else. But in the end, you've paid money, okay? You gave your hard-earned money to that person, and you should get what you want to get out of that pipe. You should be happy to open up that box and be satisfied with what you got. And if you're not, and if you're really close with that person or anything like that, then it kind of dampers everything, because you get this, well, I thought you were my friend, and all this stuff. But a real friend would say, you know what, I'll, or a pipe maker or whatever will say, you know what, okay, send the pipe back to me, we'll work on it or see what we can do. And some of them will just not do that. I never had experience like that, but maybe in the community there have been people that just got burnt, ghosted, whatever. I don't think that's right. I think we all should, as consumers, take care of each other, warn people about certain pipe makers, and yeah, get these people out of here, man, because if they're just destroying the reputation of other pipe makers, and nobody wants to trust any pipe maker. And I think that's sad, because there's so many great pipe makers out there that are good, hard, honest people, and one bad apple ruins the bunch, so yeah, so talk to the community about whatever certain pipe maker you want to go to. Ask them how it was. Just ask around, guys. I mean, it doesn't matter. DM somebody, whatever. I think everybody in the community, the pipe community, will help you out and warn you of certain pipe makers, or hey, recommend you to somebody that is a really good pipe maker and a really good person, and honest and everything else. Ask how much, waiting time. Ask them what their specialties are, material, cost, waiting time, all that stuff. I mean, anything that you can think of to ask them, ask it. I mean, you're the customer, okay? You're gonna give them your hard-earned money. Don't be afraid to ask, and yeah, it's okay, because if you don't feel it, just move on, because they're gonna, everybody's gonna want to have a pipe, but they want the pipe that they want. And like I said, it's not gonna be 100%. As long as they can get close to it, great, So That's just my opinion on choosing a pipe maker. I definitely will take my experience um, and try to make, you know, I don't want to say better decisions, but think my time out. And when I'm not satisfied, then say something, um, and everything else. So yeah, in a way, be respectful, work things out, and if you can't, okay, then do what you can to get your money back or half the money back, or whatever. But just beware for those guys out there, those pipe makers that are just ghosting people, or don't answer their customers, or just give excuses or anything like that. Because those guys can ruin it for everybody else. But I respect everybody out there, love everybody, and nobody needs to take this personal. That's not what this video is for. It's just let's be aware of the cons out there, and just take care of yourselves, because as consumers we need to take care of ourselves, and because money's hard to come by and not everybody has it. And when somebody puts their hard-earned money into something that they love and they want to have, I think it's we need to look out for each other, because there are people out there that are just in it for the money and don't care, so yeah. But anyway, guys, y'all have a great day, and just take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to y'all later.